to shelter in place. No one else was hurt. The Midwest City Police Chief says the shooting on the campus of Rose State College was domestic related. He also says both the suspect and victim were men. He did not provide additional details to what led to the shooting. Early voting is underway for the May 6 election. Voters with races in the city of Cuero and the Cuero ISD can vote at the DeWitt County Elections Office, 115 North Gonzales, Suite A. Polls close at 7 p.m. today. They're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and next Monday and Tuesday. Here are the details for voters in Victoria County. Voters will decide a $10 million bond proposal by Victoria College and trustee seats in the Victoria ISD for District 5 and District 3. Voters can vote at the Victoria College Student Center, room 114 at 2200 East Red River. The Dr. Patty Dodson Public Health Center, 28005 North Navarro, Classroom A, or at the Inez Volunteer Fire Department, 296 Railroad Street. Election Day is Saturday, May 6, when polls open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Voters in Port Lavaca can vote at City Hall, 202 North Virginia Street. Polls open at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wednesday and Friday, and 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday. Also 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. May 1st and May 2nd. There were 2 seats up on the Port Lavaca City Council, but only District 1 drew more than 1 candidate. District 1 seat was left open when Jerry Smith decided not to run. Filing for the seat were Daniel Aguirre and Mike McGuire. Alan Tippett Jr., who currently holds the District 3 seat, filed for re-election. His race was called as he was unopposed. And this is going to bring us to your viewer poll this afternoon. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. Do you plan to participate in early voting for the May 6 election? Yes or no? We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote, and we will have an update on 25 News Now at 6.
All right, students from Trinity Episcopal School visited the local synagogue. Temple B'nai Israel opened and gave students a tour. This is all part of students learning about different religions. They heard from stand-in Rabbi Bernard Bernie Clemist.
Mr. Clemist's teachings and growing up, he was able to exchange that with these children to broaden their base of understanding.
The Victoria Congregation was established in 1858 and their building was completed in 1923. This year is B'nai Israel's 100th anniversary. They will celebrate throughout the year with an open house this fall to celebrate with everyone of all faiths.
The Texas Workforce Commission report HCS Renewable Energy LLC out of Warren County will lay off 62 people in June 18th. The business is located in El Campo.
The man who killed Breonna Taylor returns to the force. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office has hired Miles Cosgrove. Louisville Police fired Cosgrove in January of 2021 for use of deadly force and failing to activate his body camera. He was never indicted. Cosgrove's attorney says he acted appropriately during the raid on Taylor's apartment and he was used as a scapegoat for Taylor's death. A small group of protesters gathered outside the Carroll County Sheriff's Office this morning. Time to take a look at your weather. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Mac Bettis. Mac, that hail this weekend was impressive.
It was very impressive in Cuero.
Yeah,
they received a big bunch, yeah.
Yes, it was. And not only that, but we got the big amounts of rainfall as well. And some areas got the 2-3 inch range. And for today, we had a little bit of quiet, little sunshine there, middle of the day, but the cloud deck is back and the rain chances are just not going away. Tomorrow we'll see some more, and then probably Thursday, another line of big storms coming through. So somebody asked for rain around here. I don't know who it was, but we'll have your 7-day outlook coming up in just a few minutes. James, back to you.
Deputies are investigating 2 shootings in Jasper County. The shootings are possibly connected. An after-prom party Sunday left at least 9 teenagers hurt.
The Jasper County Sheriff's Office says about 250 people were at the party when the shots were fired. A second shooting happened in Jasper County, or in Jasper, after the party ended. Investigators say the vehicles involved in the second shooting were also at the first shooting. Now, there was panic at a basketball tournament after Mansfield police were called for reports of possible shots being fired. In this video, there was a loud noise and then someone yelling shots fired. Police say the noise was a man tripping over a table. They also determined no gun ever went off. This began after a parent and an opposing coach got into an argument and were asked to leave. One of them went to their vehicle and got a gun, and someone in the parking lot saw that. They yelled shots fired, causing the panic, but no one was hurt.
The search continues for 6-year-old Noel Rodriguez Alvarez in Everman, that's south of Fort Worth.
Drones were used to look overhead. Searchers also looked on the ground after examining new information in the boy's disappearance.
Saturday's search in Everman started in the morning with a new group of people than previously.
We don't have the resources that they have.
Everman Police Chief Craig Spencer says Texas Search and Rescue, or TXR, joined the search Saturday. Spencer's team paused their searches for about a week to analyze and collect more data while also reducing the area of the search for Noel.
Rather than casting a big fish net and missing a bunch, we want to make sure that we're very targeted with our searches.
That's where TXR comes into the picture. Because of the greenery out here, TXR's drones and the equipment's heat-detecting tools help provide a different view.
Some of the search area is very thick and heavy with brush and mesquite. That oftentimes makes it pretty difficult for the searchers on the ground to really get deep in there and take a look.
TXR also brought human remains detection canines, as well as boats.
We want to make sure that our crews are well rested. We want to make sure that we're not missing anything, because in a case like this, where there's already a significant lack in physical evidence, we just can't afford to miss anything on it.
Spencer says investigators are done searching for the weekend, and even if they haven't found Noel yet, these new volunteers and this new equipment will continue to be helpful moving forward.
Today's going to be a win for us regardless of what comes out of this, because even if we don't locate any evidence supporting the location of Noel, obviously we're going to know where he's not, and it's going to lead our investigation in a different path going forward.
Noel Rodriguez Alvarez went missing last month. Authorities presume Noel is dead. They're looking for his mother and stepfather. Both flew to India with 6 other children days before news of Noel's disappearance became public.
Longtime CNN anchor Don Lemon announced he was terminated from the network. In a statement on Twitter, Lemon was informed by his agent he was terminated today. The CNN anchor added management did not have the decency to tell him directly he was fired. In a tweet, CNN refuted Lemon's account as inaccurate. CNN says he was offered a chance to meet with management but released a statement on Twitter. In a memo, CNN CEO Chris Licht said the network and Lemon parted ways, but it did not go into further detail.
Fox News TV host Tucker Carlson has agreed to part ways from the network television show.
This comes just days after a $787.5 million payment Fox News made to settle its defamation lawsuit with Dominion Voting Systems.
Fox News' highest-rated primetime host, Tucker Carlson, is out. The news channel abruptly issuing a statement saying the two sides have mutually agreed to part ways, adding Carlson's last show was this past Friday. Another Fox News host, Harris Faulkner, announcing his sudden departure.
We want to thank Tucker Carlson for his service to the network.
This development coming nearly a week after a massive $787.5 million settlement was announced between the network and Dominion Voting Systems, which accused Fox of knowingly pushing false conspiracy theories that its voting machines rigged the 2020 presidential election in favor of Joe Biden.
You've heard a lot over the past few days about the security of our electronic voting machines.
Dominion accused Fox News, including Carlson, of making claims to viewers that they knew were false while privately expressing their doubts in internal messages. In their lawsuit, Dominion provided evidence they claimed showed Carlson texting with fellow host Laura Ingraham about a former Trump campaign attorney who repeatedly made claims of election fraud on Fox, saying, quote, "Sidney Powell is lying, by the way." In a statement after the settlement, Fox News admitted no guilt, but said, "We acknowledge the court's rulings finding certain claims about Dominion to be false." Carlson's show averaged more than 3 million viewers per night, more than any pundit on cable television. Carlson also faced bipartisan backlash after receiving hours of surveillance video from Speaker Kevin McCarthy, which Carlson claimed proves the deadly Capitol attack was mostly peaceful chaos.
These were not insurrectionists, they were sightseers.
Fox did not provide a reason for Carlson's departure, but said a rotating group of personalities would fill his hour until a new show host is named. Emwin, ABC News, Washington.
Today, the former Minnesota police officer who killed Daunte Wright was released from prison. Kimberly Potter served 16 months of her 2-year sentence for fatally shooting the unarmed 20-year-old during a 2021 traffic stop. She said she mistook her gun for a taser. Potter is on supervised release until December when her sentence expires. Wright's mother says she's struggling with Potter's release, but says Potter can never serve as a police officer again, and that gives her some peace. Stay with us. Straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5. Lawmakers and gun control advocates in California announced state legislation to curb gun violence.
Also ahead, a jury in Manhattan will decide whether or not Ed Sheeran copied his Grammy-winning ballad, Thinking Out Loud.
Are you a new AT&T customer looking to upgrade your phone? You're trapped, locked into your contract for 3 years. And your phone is locked into their network too. No 2-year upgrade for you, Jonathan. But T-Mobile has a way out. Introducing the Easy Unlock. Bring your AT&T locked phone and T-Mobile will pay it off and give you one of the latest 5G smartphones free. Plus, next time you're ready for an upgrade a year earlier. You're free now, little one. So are you. Just so we're clear, I did trip on purpose for comedy.
Free your phone now at T-Mobile.
When you don't keep your eyes on what you're doing, it can be downright dangerous to you and others, especially when you're behind the wheel. Put your phone down. Heads up, Texas.
The biggest Jeopardy event ever is in prime time.
Monday, May 8th. 6 all-time greats.
What is grit?
Who's Caro?
What is Mean Girls?
One incredible tournament.
Oh, I think you should get this checked out. Bring it.
Who will be crowned the first ever Jeopardy Masters champion? If we have any more games like that, I don't know if my heart is going to hold out.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event starts Monday, May 8th, 8, 7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
At Building KidSteps, we understand that every child is unique. That's why we offer personalized therapy programs designed to meet each child's individual needs. Whether your child needs help with speech or physical development, our experienced therapists use play-based techniques to make therapy fun and engaging.
We believe that every child has the potential to reach their full potential, and we're here to help them every step of the way.
Contact us today to learn more about how we can help your child thrive.
At least 5 people were hurt in a suspected car ramming attack near a popular market in central Jerusalem. Police say the driver of the car was neutralized, so he was killed. There was a dark blue SUV with several windows shot out and a body bag being brought out by emergency services. The victims include one woman, about 30 years old, who had bruised limbs, and 3 men who were hurt, one about 50 years old and 2 in their 20s. A 70-year-old victim was left unconscious. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called Monday's car ramming incident a terrorist attack.
Today, California lawmakers and gun control advocates announced 3 bills to curb gun violence and support victims. One bill will strengthen the process of taking guns away from people with criminal records. Another bill would keep state and local agencies from selling guns, gun parts, ammunition, and body armor. And a third bill increases translation services for non-English speakers to get information related to emergencies like mass casualty events.
We will continue to work together on legislation that will put an end to gun violence, and that we will work together not just to bind our wounds, because many of us have them, and sow the seeds of peace and love, because it's so desperately needed in our communities.
The legislation was announced in Monterey Park, where 11 people were killed in a mass shooting in January. The American Cancer Society estimates more than 43,000 women in the U.S. will die this year from breast cancer.
Black women have the highest death rate from this disease.
It's one of the most common cancers in U.S. women, and detecting breast cancer early is critical.
The mammograms have been shown to reduce death from breast cancer.
A study published in the medical journal JAMA Network Open finds that clinical trials may be needed to investigate whether Black women should start getting mammograms at younger ages. While this group is less likely to be diagnosed with breast cancer when compared to white women, Black women have a 40% higher breast cancer death rate.
Younger women, Black women, are being diagnosed with breast cancer and dying from breast cancer.
The exact reason why is unclear, and breast cancer screening guidance can be confusing. The U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, medical experts whose recommendations help guide doctors' decisions, recommend screening every 2 years, starting at age 50. They say the decision to screen at an earlier age should be based on the individual. However, many medical groups, including the American Cancer Society and Mayo Clinic, already emphasize women have the option to start getting mammograms every year, starting at age 40. Dr. Sandia Pruthi with Mayo Clinic says when to get a mammogram should be determined by assessing risk factors, and everyone should be aware.
Know your breast, know when to start screening, understand your risk factors, and then use that information when they're with their providers, because when you do make that effort, I think the uptake of mammograms is higher. Women are more likely to get one if they understand why they're getting it.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Grammy Award winner Ed Sheeran is being sued by the heirs of Marvin Gaye's co-writer of Let's Get It On. Ben Crump, who's representing the heirs of Gaye's co-writer, claims Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud has similarities and common elements of the 1973 classic. Sheeran's attorney says the two songs share versions of a similar and unprotectable chord progression, which was freely available. Jurors will be asked to consider only the raw elements of melody, harmony, and rhythm making up the composition of Let's Get It On.
This is about making sure that artists' intellectual properties are respected and valued and given acknowledgement.
Sheeran is expected to testify at some point and is expected in court Tuesday. Marvin Gaye's estate is not involved in this case.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. The clouds are back and the rain is not that far away. I know you're going, we just had all that over the weekend, but there's more coming this week. I'll be talking about it and showing you your 7-day forecast coming up in a minute. Stay tuned.
Join happy Optimum customers who love their fast Optimum 300 meg internet for as low as $30 a month. Paul says it's reliable internet, great speed, reasonable pricing. Thanks, Paul. We think you're great too. Plus, Optimum has faster download speeds than AT&T nationwide. Get Optimum 300 meg internet for $30 a month with Optimum Mobile for as low as $15 a month. For your special offer, call 866-9-OPTIMUM. Go to Optimum.com or visit a store today. Get closer, go farther with Optimum.
At H-E-B, we're inspired by Mexico, so we created the H-E-B Mi Tienda family of products with authentic Mexican flavors, from savory marinated meats to tamales, soft drinks, and more. H-E-B Mi Tienda brings you the traditional flavors you love.
There's a powerful beast said to be roaming these woods. And if you listen carefully, you can hear it. And sometimes you can see its tracks. And every now and then, you get a quick glimpse of it.
Grandpa telling us stories again.
The 2023 Toyota Tundra. Better trucks make better stories. Toyota. Let's go places.
Have you been told you have to live with your wound? There is hope at PAM Outpatient Wound Care. At PAM Outpatient Wound Care Clinic, you'll find the latest technology and the most committed and caring professionals dedicated to your wound healing. Our experienced wound healing experts and multidisciplinary team specialize in preventing amputation and preserving limbs.
I began hyperbarics here. I'm walking and have the leg, which is the best part.
Come see us at PAM Outpatient Wound Care, where healing starts here.
Good afternoon, everybody. The cloud deck is back with us, and our temperature now is 70 degrees. You know, what happened? Well, it was that huge line of storms that blew through on Sunday, dropped all kinds of activity around here, and gave us a north wind there for a day. It was a little breezy last night. Well, today that sort of settled down, and the east wind kicked back in, and that brought back some of that cloud cover. In fact, I don't expect it to be anywhere as cool tonight as it was last night because we were in a different air mass. Well, it was a pretty rock and roll there Sunday. I know a lot of people had activities planned and you just couldn't get out there. Riverside, and this is from CoCoRaHS, so these are the guys that do this, dedicated bunch of people there, and we appreciate that. 1.8 out of the Sunday storm. Cuero over an inch, Placido about 0.8. Raisin even came in on the action at 1.68, and Port O'Connor got about 2 inches, and of course Rockport and places down south in Corpus Christi actually got a little bit more than we did up in this area. Of course, the river, the Guadalupe River, continues in flood stage, and so the flood warning continues through at least tomorrow. In addition to that, we also have a big portion of the Nueces River, which is down there in Nueces County, so from the Calallen area all the way down to the port, and even out here in Laredo, the Rio Grande is in the high level, and they've got river flooding there as well. So the rivers are filling up, and for those of us who are saying, you know, we've been in a drought for so long, boy, this is going to be an interesting year. Well, what's happening? Well, the cloud deck is rolling back in today. By tomorrow, we'll have enough moisture and enough lift to start popping a few little showers. I don't expect these to be the big ones, but you will see shower activity around the area on your Tuesday, okay? So a little on the damp side. And you know, for the guys trying to do, you know, some work out there in the fields, it's tough because it's very muddy, and it's going to continue like that for most of this week. So this is not going to be by any stretch of the imagination a sunny week. So the showers tomorrow, and then we watch and wait for that next big storm coming in. It's rolling through Texas, and you'll see 2 waves of thunder showers. You saw that one that went east. It's already out here. And then another squall line that's going to develop, and watch that one, because this one is going to get very close to our area. See it right there? Whoa, boom. All right, so we're looking at Thursday to have that thing on top of us, and that's our best chance for more big thunderstorms rolling through the area. So we're going to be watching and waiting for that. After that, we do have a little bit of clearing weather as we get to the coming weekend, but in the meantime, we've got to deal with all this. We put Future Tracker to work to see if it can figure out how much rain we're going to get over the week, and the storm totals didn't come out very impressive, interestingly enough, because these 2 lines, well, remember, they're building up like that, and the upper winds are basically directing their path. Upper winds are so strong, they're going to be rolling through here fairly quickly, as opposed to what we saw over the past couple of days. So showers, the warmer air rolls in, and then we watch and wait for the front. It's taking a look at your 7-day. We get to 80 degrees tomorrow, 83 on Wednesday, and then cooler weather behind that front, which I think will give us a better chance at thunder showers on Thursday. That's your 7-day forecast. I want to remind you, we've got this QR code. Hopefully you're getting all the tweets and the messages that we're sending out, because when it gets serious, we get to work and send you the info. We'll toss it back to you, James and Karina.
Mac, thank you. We'll take a look at your stocks next. Plus, President Biden and Speaker Kevin McCarthy still at odds regarding a solution to the debt limit.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Hi, I'm Stacy with Hall Lighting and Design Center, and I would like to share with you today what makes us different. We know that building a home, remodeling, and shopping for furniture and accessories can be a challenging and sometimes overwhelming experience. Our certified lighting and design consultants are here to help you navigate all the possibilities. Our family's proud to have provided this level of service for over 56 years. Come see us today at Hall Lighting and Design Center in Victoria.
Y'all call, I haul. Is your home cluttered and crammed? Do you have too much junk to handle? Well, look no further. Our junk removal and dumpster services are here to help. Whether you're moving, renovating, or just cleaning out the garage, our junk removal and dumpster services are the perfect solution. We'll take care of everything from loading up your junk to getting rid of it responsibly. So call us today for your free quote. Y'all call, I haul. 361-541-6858.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text TV to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Taking a look at your stocks, the Dow gaining 67 points, the S&P 500 gaining 3 points, and the Nasdaq down 36 points. Oil up 89 cents, closing at $78.76 a barrel. The U.S. hit its debt ceiling in January since the Treasury Department was keeping the nation afloat financially. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's bill includes a $1.5 trillion hike to the debt ceiling with cuts to domestic spending programs. President Biden blasted McCarthy's bill, claiming it would help the wealthy cheat on taxes. Moody's Analytics says a debt ceiling breach could cost the U.S. millions of jobs and do long-term damage to the economy.
The DOJ has joined a federal investigation into Southwest Airlines' Christmas travel meltdown. The Department of Transportation says investigators working with the DOJ are looking into whether Southwest's flight schedule was unrealistic. The agency opened a probe into the 16,000 flight cancellations over the winter holiday. The investigation is trying to determine if Southwest Airlines provided the required timely refunds and reimbursements. Southwest hasn't commented, but the CEO said on a January call the airline was properly staffed.
Stay with us. We'll take one last look at your forecast. Plus, dogs are showing a pretty good record at sniffing out COVID-19 in California schools.
Victoria All Sports, South Texas's largest family-owned sporting goods store. Having served Victoria and surrounding counties since 1971, we're proud to continue to meet your firearms, hunting, fishing, camping, and outdoor apparel needs. Our friendly and knowledgeable outdoor experts can help you pick the perfect equipment for your next outdoor excursion, and that our in-house gunsmith services are available long after your purchase. Come get geared up at Victoria All Sport, located at 1902 Houston Highway, right here in Victoria.
Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. And with over $500,000 in prizes given away every month, Palace Bingo is the place to be. We've got more chances to win. We've got cash payouts nightly. Palace Bingo in Victoria. Cash payouts nightly. Fantastic food and fun for the whole family. Come out for the fun and stay for the cash. Palace Bingo on Houston Highway in Victoria.
Palace Bingo, where winners take home over $500,000 each month.
Be a winner at Palace Bingo on the Houston Highway.
Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends.
Dr. Glassman is making mistakes.
I cannot have you operating right now.
Then I will sue you.
No, you hesitated. Please tell us what the next step is.
Sean, you are out of line.
Answer.
The Good Doctor, tonight on ABC.
Need weather around the clock? When the weather changes in the Crossroads, you need a reliable source. Visit Interactive Radar online for the latest conditions in the Crossroads area. CrossroadsToday.com. Weather at your fingertips.
A new study shows dogs are pretty good at detecting COVID-19. Researchers in California trained 2 Labrador retrievers to sniff for volatile organic compounds on people's ankles. They brought them to 27 schools where the dogs detected 85 infections and ruled out more than 3,500 others. The dogs also alerted to 383 false positives and missed 18 infections. Researchers say that's okay. They say the point is to be non-invasive, not to replace antigen testing entirely.
Wow, that's actually amazing.
Very
I mean,
talented dogs.
Yeah, dogs can. They're going to take all their jobs now. They do drug
They're
sniffing.
man's best friend.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought, Oh, well, they work for a treat. and I talked to one of those dog handlers for the police department. Says, no, we pat them on the head and they're happy.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you don't even give them a treat?
No, they're just
They
free
just
labor.
love to do that. No, they love to do
Pat
that
on the back.
for the reinforcement.
For the reinforcement. Aw.
That's what we get around here too.
Yeah.
Reinforcement.
Well, Mac, we did have some pretty intense
Yeah.
hail in Cuero and across the crossroads.
Yes, it did. I mean, it was really tough over the weekend because on Sunday morning that big storm front came through and gave us the hail and the heavy rain. Today was a nice little break. Tomorrow we start back with showers. Thursday of this week should be the peak of the opportunity to get some big thunderstorms, and hopefully beyond that we'll get 3 or 4 days to dry out.
All right, good job, Mac. Pat him on the head there. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.